I have 3 children. 2 of them came to my 80th birthday. The third one, my firstborn, I haven't spoken to in 41 years. Last month, a stranger messaged me on Facebook. "Hi, I'm David. I'm 25. I think you're my grandfather." I didn't know he existed. My son never told him about me, because 41 years ago, I told my son he was dead to me. My name is Walter Thompson. I'm 82 years old, and my pride cost me my son, my grandson, and 41 years. If you're holding on to anger right now, if pride is winning, listen to me. Your last chapter can still be your best, but you have to let... I grew up in Pittsburgh, 1940s, steel town. My father worked the mills until his hands were black. He taught me one thing: a man provides. A man doesn't complain. A man doesn't cry. A man works. I believed him, built my whole life around those words. Strong meant silent. Love meant providing. Pride meant never bending. Married my Helen in 1964. She was sunshine, gentle, patient, everything I wasn't. She saw something in me. We had 3 kids. Michael came first, 1966. The moment I held him, something cracked inside me. Pride, joy, fear. I wanted him to be everything I couldn't be. Doctor, lawyer, something big. I had plans for that boy. But here's the thing about children. They don't come with instruction manuals, and they don't follow your blueprints. Michael was different from day one. Sensitive, creative. He'd rather draw than play football, rather read than fight. I didn't understand him, and what I didn't understand, I tried to fix. That was my first mistake. He wasn't broken. I pushed him, criticized him, told him to man up when he cried. I thought I was making him stronger. I was breaking him. When Michael turned 18, he told us he wanted to study art, painting, in New York City. I laughed. I said, "Art? You want to starve? No son of mine is going to be some broke painter living in a rat hole." He looked at me with those eyes, not angry, hurt. He said, "Dad, this is who I am." I said, "Then change." Helen begged me to support him. "He's our son, Walter. Let him try." But I knew better. I always knew better. I gave him an ultimatum: engineering school, which I'd pay for, or art school on his own. He chose art. The day he left, I didn't say goodbye, didn't hug him. I stood at the window and watched my son walk away. Pride wouldn't let me move. He called home every week. I refused to talk to him. Helen would cry, hand me the phone. I'd walk away. 1 year passed. 2, he sent letters. I burned them without reading. Helen saved copies. I didn't know until after. Then came the phone call, 1983. Michael said he was getting married to a woman named Sarah, an artist. He invited us to the wedding. Helen wanted to go. I said no. He made his choice. Now he lives with it. Helen went alone. My own son's wedding, and I wasn't there. Because of pride, because I couldn't admit I was wrong. When she came back, she showed me pictures. Michael looked happy, really happy. That made me angrier. Because if he was happy without me, what did that say about me? If he didn't need my approval, what was I worth? A year later, he called to tell us Sarah was pregnant. A grandson, David. I hung up the phone. Those were our last words. Helen screamed at me that night. "You just lost your son forever." I said, "I don't have a son." I meant it. God help me, I meant it. 41 years. Do you know how many days that is? 14,965 days of silence. Every Christmas, Helen would set an extra plate. In case Michael comes, he never came. I never invited him. My other two kids, Jenny and Robert, they tried to build bridges. I burned every one. Don't mention his name in this house. The years passed. Jenny had kids. Robert had kids. I was there for all of it. Birthday parties, graduations, Christmases. But there was always an empty chair, a missing face in the photos, a hole in every celebration. Michael shaped. Helen got sick in 2015. Cancer. The doctors gave her 6 months. She held on for 8, waiting. On her last day, she grabbed my hand. "Walter, call Michael, please, before I go." I couldn't do it. I couldn't. She died holding my hand, still waiting for me to make the call. I let her die disappointed. That haunts me every night. After the funeral, Jenny and Robert sat me down. "Dad, it's time. Call Michael." I said, "He didn't come to his mother's funeral." Jenny looked at me with tears. "He wasn't invited, Dad. You told us not to tell him Mom was dying. My own rules, my own prison. The years after Helen died were the loneliest of my life. Empty house, empty table, empty bed, just me and my pride." I'd sit in my chair every night looking at old photos. Michael as a baby. Michael's first steps. Michael's first drawing. That drawing. He made it when he was 5. A picture of our family. "I love you, Daddy," written in crayon. I still have it. Some nights I'd pick up the phone, dial the first 6 numbers, then hang up. What would I even say? Sorry felt too small. 80 years old, alone. My son doesn't know if I'm alive or dead. My grandson doesn't know I exist. All because of 3 words I couldn't say. Then, last month, Jenny called. "Dad, check your Facebook. Someone's trying to reach you." I don't use Facebook. Helen set it up years ago. I logged in. 1 message request from a young man named David, 25 years old, lives in Brooklyn, artist. "Hi, I know this is strange. I'm David Thompson. I think you're my grandfather. My dad never talked about you, but I found old photos." I stared at that message for 3 hours. My grandson, Michael's son, 25 years old, and I never knew him. Jenny said, "Right back, Dad. This is your chance." Robert said, "Don't blow it this time." 41 years of silence. 1 message could end it. I typed and deleted 50 times. What do you say to a grandson you've never met? How do you explain 41 years of stubborn silence? Finally, I wrote, "David, I'm your grandfather, and I'm so sorry. I would like to meet you, if you'll have me. Send." 3 dots appeared. He was typing. My heart hadn't beat that fast in 40 years. His reply, "I've been looking for you for 2 years. Dad doesn't know I found you. Can we meet? I have so many questions." We met at a coffee shop in Manhattan. I took the train from Pittsburgh. 82 years old, shaken like a leaf. He walked in, and I knew immediately. Michael's eyes, Helen's smile, my father's chin. 41 years of bloodline walked through that door. He sat down, looked at me. "You look older than the photos." I laughed, the first real laugh in years. "I am older." We talked for 5 hours. He told me about his art, his life, his dreams. He's talented, really talented, just like his father. Then he asked the question I was dreading. "Grandpa, what happened? Why did you and Dad stop talking?" He won't tell me. I told him everything. The argument, the ultimatum, the wedding I missed, the phone call I ended. All of it. He listened, didn't judge. When I finished, he said, "That sounds like something my dad would do too. You two are more alike than you know." Before we left, he showed me photos of Michael. Gray hair now, still painting, successful, has a gallery. My son made it. without me. I cried. Right there in that coffee shop, an 82-year-old man crying in public. For the first time since I was a boy, David held my hand, my grandson, a stranger who found me. "I'll talk to Dad," he said. "Give me time." 2 weeks later, my phone rang. Unknown number. I almost didn't answer. Something told me to pick up. "Dad?" One word, his voice, 41 years older. But I'd know that voice anywhere. My son, my firstborn, Michael. I couldn't speak. 41 years of words stuck in my throat. All I managed was, "Michael, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry." Silence. Then, "I know, Dad, me too." That was it. 3 words from him, 3 words from me. 41 years, healed in 6 words. We talked for 2 hours that night, caught up on 41 years, grandchildren I never met, a life I missed. Before hanging up, he said, "Dad, I'm flying to Pittsburgh next month. I want to see you. I want you to meet Sarah." Finally, he came last week, walked through my front door for the first time in 41 years. Gray hair, lines on his face, my boy. I hugged him, really hugged him. The hug I should have given 41 years ago. "I'm proud of you," I said, finally. So what did I learn? Pride doesn't protect you. It buries you alive. The words you don't say become walls you can't break. If you're not talking to someone you love because of pride, pick up the phone. Today, right now. Time is running out. Trust me. I wasted 41 years. I almost died without knowing my grandson. Don't make my mistake. Say sorry. Say I love you. Say it now. My name is Walter Thompson. I'm 82. I lost 41 years to pride, but my last chapter, it's finally my best chapter.